men's player in world tennis. Novak Đoković has had his Australian visa cancelled for the second time. Let's have a quick look. We have been hearing from the Australian Prime Minister, Scott Morrison. Here is his statement. I note the Minister for Immigration's decision in relation to Mr Novak Djokovic's visa. I understand that following careful consideration, action has been taken by the Minister to cancel the visa held on health and good order grounds on the basis it was in the public interest to do so. He continues, the pandemic has been incredibly difficult for every Australian, but we have stuck together and saved lives and livelihoods. Let's bring in Sky News Australia's Julia Bradley, who joins us now from Melbourne. Julia, good to see you again. Do hope you're well. So what happens next? Is it taxi for Novak Djokovic?
Well, there are a number of options here, Neil. So as it stands, world #1 tennis player Novak Djokovic, he is set to be detained and deported from Australia and also banned from entering the country for the next 3 years. But there are still a number of options for the lawyers representing Novak Djokovic. So they could now decide to challenge this decision in court over the weekend, and then they could also request an injunction which could potentially allow him to stay in the country and also possibly play in the Australian Open. So there are a number of options for the lawyers to consider, and we understand that they are now considering all of those options following this statement from the Immigration Minister here in Australia, Alex Hawke, saying that this decision has been made. He's used his special powers to be able to cancel the visa of Novak Djokovic for a second time. Now, as you know, this is really a saga that's drawn the eyes of the world. It's sparked much debate over the course of the past week. We've heard from some people who are fearful that this could, in fact, look bad for Australia on the world stage, cancelling the visa of the world #1 tennis player. But there is also rising sentiment here in Australia that he should, in fact, be deported, and that would be the right thing to do, given that we've had such tough border measures during the course of this pandemic. So that decision coming through from our Immigration Minister just a number of hours ago. We are still waiting to see what kind of reaction there is among the community here in Melbourne. We've seen protests during that first decision to cancel the visa of Novak Djokovic, so we are waiting to see whether there's any unrest tonight, particularly within the Serbian community here in Melbourne. But certainly a long-awaited decision from the Federal Immigration Department, that decision coming through a number of hours ago, that Novak's visa will be cancelled. As it stands, he is set to be detained and then deported.